All right, let's get right into it. We're going to look at a story that's, believe it or not, 2,500 years old. And it was created for one reason and one reason only: to help you feel, really feel, just how valuable your life is. This isn't some dusty old tale. Nope, this is a tool for perspective, for right here, right now.
Kind of hits you, right? You were not supposed to be here. But that's really the heart of what we're talking about. The chances of you, well, being you, living at this exact moment, are so tiny, so ridiculously small, that the Buddha knew just explaining it with facts wasn't going to work. No, he needed a story, a big story, to help us wrap our minds around the sheer scale of the miracle.
So, let's go back, way back. I want you to picture this. It's over 2,500 years ago. The Buddha's there with his monks, and he's got a challenge. He needs to explain to them just how rare, how incredibly lucky it is to be born human. So he tries something. This is his first crack at it, a really simple but powerful analogy.
So he just reaches down, grabs a handful of dirt, and asks them this question. Simple, right? But it's setting the stage for something massive. The monks naturally say, well, duh, the soil of the whole earth is greater. But you can just imagine them wondering, where's he going with this?
And boom, there it is, the point. He tells them, the number of beings who get to be reborn as human, that's like this little handful of soil. And all the other beings, all other forms of life, that's all the dirt on the entire planet. Think about that comparison for a second.
And you know, the monks, they got it. Logically, it made sense, but it wasn't enough. You can almost hear them saying, okay, we understand the math, but we don't feel it. They wanted to grasp this truth deep down in their gut. And that's when the Buddha realized he needed to go deeper. He needed a better story. Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. To make it hit home, the Buddha tells them another story. And he asks them, and he's asking us too, to imagine a scene that's huge, empty, and honestly kind of hopeless. He starts by painting a picture. Imagine an ocean, but not just any ocean. This one is so big, it has no shores. It just goes on forever. So deep the sun has never touched the bottom. It's just this massive, empty, endless space. Now into this massive emptiness, he puts one single character. Not some grand hero, not a god, just one lonely turtle. And here's the kicker. The turtle is blind. Just think about that. Blind in a world without end. Then he adds another layer. Time. And this is a mind-bending amount of time. This turtle doesn't just hang out at the surface. It lives way down in the dark, and it only comes up for one single breath, once every 100 years. Okay, so we have the turtle, but there's one other thing in this whole giant ocean. Just one. It's a little wooden ring. You know, a yoke from an ox. And it's just floating on the surface, getting pushed around by the wind, by the currents, totally at random.
So let's recap. We've got a blind turtle that comes up for air once every 100 years, and we've got one tiny wooden ring floating randomly on a shoreless ocean. You can see where this is going, right? The Buddha is setting up a scenario with just impossible odds.
And this is the question he puts to them. He says, what are the chances? When that turtle finally comes up for that one breath, after a whole century, what are the odds its head pops up right through the middle of that little ring?
I mean, the monks were probably just stunned into silence. You can see why. Everything is against it. The currents are random, the ring is always moving somewhere else, the turtle is blind, and it only gets this one shot, this one moment, every 100 years in an ocean that never ends. The chances, they're not just small, they're practically zero. And then he drops the bombshell. He looks at them and says the chance of being born human, with a mind that can think and a will that can choose and a spirit that can wake up, is even rarer than that. Rarer than the blind turtle finding the ring. Just let that sink in.
Now, when you hear that, your first thought might be, wow, that's terrifying. The odds are impossible. But that's not what the Buddha was going for. Not at all. This story isn't meant to make you despair. It's meant to completely flip the script on how you see your own life.
See, this wasn't about making them feel insignificant. It was supposed to be like a thunderclap of gratitude, a jolt, a sudden, shocking wake-up call to realize the incredible gift that they had been given, that we have been given. It's a call to just wake up.
So, what's so special about a human life, according to this story? Well, it's not just about being alive. It's about the potential that comes with it. It's like a miracle inside of a miracle. the miracle of even existing, wrapped up in the miracle of having consciousness, the ability to be aware, to choose your path, to actually seek something more.
And that changes everything, doesn't it? The point isn't, is my life precious? The story says that's a given. It's a statistical long shot you already won. The real question is, are you awake to it? Are you actually paying attention to this miracle you're living, even when it's just a normal Tuesday and you're drowning in emails?
All right, so let's bring this all the way home, right here, right now. Because this isn't just a story about some monks and a turtle from 2,500 years ago. This story is about you.
And here's the last big comparison, the one that really matters. That turtle, it might get another shot in 100 years, maybe. But you don't have to wait. Your chance isn't coming, it's here. You're already here, right now.
That's really the whole point, isn't it? In the giant, endless ocean of all that is and all that could be, you surfaced. Against all the odds, you found the ring. You're here. And so the story leaves us with the only question that's left to ask. The point wasn't just to make you feel lucky. It was to make you feel responsible. Responsible for this incredible, impossible gift. You have this moment, this one precious life. So, what are you going to do with it?